Hey everybody, I know it's been some time since I've done a video on this in this profile on this page, whatever you call it in social media. And as you can see, I have cut my locks. It's been, I think I cut them, seemed like I cut them at the end of last year. I literally cannot remember when I cut them. Like, either it was the beginning of the year or the end of last year. But I just wanted to come on here because I noticed a couple of people had subscribed. And, I just, obviously, once I cut them, I'm like, oh my gosh, to go back on the page and not have my locks. I felt like I betrayed you all. So I'm just here today, just sort of like to give an update. Like I said, I cut them at the beginning of the year, and I had kept cutting my hair. Like, I didn't even let it grow. Like, I would cut it, and if it grew out a little, I would cut it down a little more. I had the locks for a solid 4 years, and they grew very well. They looked really nice. But in the end, to be honest, I just had this whole panic attack about the locks. I had a panic attack about, what I was going to do as far as a job, because the job where I am now, obviously, I've been for 20 years, and, we've been having some major problems. And at this point, we could all be out of here within a year. And so I kind of knew that coming into the new year. And I think I just had this major like panic attack, because part of it was my locks had started having an odor like mildew. And, I tried some things to rectify that problem, and it didn't seemingly work. But whatever couple of things I tried, maybe it was supposed to work over time. Maybe it wasn't an instant thing. I don't know. But once again, that helped fuel my paranoia as well, because then I started thinking, I just turned 58 in October, but let's say, I'm 57, 58 years old, I got all this gray hair, and you need to look for a new job. Nobody's going to hire me because of my age. And then I'm walking around here with these major, huge, manicured locks. So, like I said, I had this whole panic attack, and then finally I just said, well, you know what? I'm going to cut my hair, so then I can start looking for a job, because everything else was that's all I thought about. I don't know, like I said, and I just think I just launched into this whole campaign of paranoia, and I cut them. And when I cut them, I was happy about it, because I actually was enjoying my hair, feeling down, feeling all of your hair and things like that. I was enjoying that all over again. But the funny part was, so I kept cutting it and kept cutting it. Like, I wouldn't even let it grow. And the other funny part was that I was like using a comb in the beginning, and then I just stopped using a comb. And I remember telling that to someone, that I don't use a comb. And the look that they gave me, oh my God, it was hilarious. But yeah, so anyway, one thing I want to talk about certainly is, number one, I am growing my locks back. That's number one. And number two, the experience that I had even for those 4 years. And so on some level, I'm glad that I cut them, because it showed me, A, what I was missing, okay? And B, like my hair, it actually improved my scalp. Whereas there was a time, I had thicker hair even than this, right? Not per strand. I never had thick strands, but I had more hair per whatever on my scalp. And But when I cut my hair, I was so amazed that places, like my hair thickened up quite a bit. And I was really, really impressed with that and very, very happy with it. So I'm like, wow, Freeform's Locks is the place to be. That's the place to go. Because even prior to when I started locking my hair, I thought about the manicured locks originally, but what happened is that when I did twist my hair a little, I would see like the spacing, like I could see my scalp, and then even my hair was way how you say, thinner up in the middle of my scalp. So I was not feeling that whole bald look for me. I'm not feeling that at all. And so that's why I had launched into Freeform Locks in the first place, because I happened to stumble upon it on YouTube. And I just felt like the manipulation and the twisting and tugging and pulling, like I just felt like my time was up for that, because I'd done that so many years with putting on, whether I was braiding my own hair or whether I went to these salons to get your hair braided, and then the relaxers that you put in your hair. And I just felt like I had done so much damage to my scalp. Like Freeform Locks gives it a chance to thrive and to live. So for me, it was the way to go. And so now, but like I said, cutting my hair actually really, really showed me that, okay? But what I'm doing now for the last month or two, I finally stopped cutting it. And I just have been letting it grow. Now, the last time I did my hair, I had gotten, I'm going to see if I can find it. I know they're there, though. They're there. What I like to call, as you can see right here, I'm going to show you. What I like to call beady beads. I hope nobody gets insulted. Excuse me. Oops. Sorry, y'all. Lord. But anyway, these like little bead, hair mollies on the ends of my hair. Now, I had this before when I first started doing my other locks, but it ended up where I would just take the hair and I would feel in the hair, and you might feel a section, and then I would just twist that section, but I would use gel, and I would twist that beady bead, what I like to call a beady bead, into that section, because and then some of them I pulled off. I mean, at one point I just pulled them off because I was like, these things are driving me insane. Like if I scratched my head, some would be on the table. If I took a shower, washed my hair, they'd be in the tub. I just was, like, they grossed out by them, to be honest. They creeped me out. Like they were like bugs. So this time when when they started forming, like I can feel them on the ends of my hair. But someone had told me, or I read it or whatever, that's the start of your hair locking, when you get those little beady beads in your hair. So this particular time, I'm leaving them alone right where they are. So some of them fall out, and I kind of just, like that one, and I just kind of tuck it in so that it doesn't scare people from talking to me. So my hair, excuse me. So I do not put any products in my hair. Now, the only product that I have put in my hair in terms of putting product in my hair is Shea Moisture shampoo. So they got like a lemon something one out. I forget what it was called. I bought it probably over the summer. I still have it. So if I feel like I need to wash my hair, that's what I wash my hair with. I would like to find something a little more natural, or just plain water. Just go in there with some water and thoroughly rinse my hair, because I found that some products, even if they're all natural and all that kind of stuff, that they still add some what I'm gonna say, like conditioner to my hair. And like my hair, is it's kind of soft, so it's like it's like cotton, you know what I mean? So it won't lock. It won't lock in certain areas if look, it takes its own long self enough to lock. So if I add conditioner to it or things that soften it up, it's never going to lock. Now, fortunately, I had, I sit down I don't do it now, but I would sit down and just like if I'm doing some work, just twist hair in between my hands. So some of those formed a lot. So, and really just in the middle of my head here, if I'm gonna see what it looks like. Maybe, I don't know if it's in the camera, but you can kind of see it on the side anyway. But some of them formed here. But that's because right here, this is the nicest place on my head. It is the thickest. It's where my hair, I hope that was in the camera. It right here, the back of my head is where it's thick. Oh my God, like just to feel it now, I just love it. You know what I mean? And it's the coarsest spot on my hair. These sides, this top, oh Lord, that top took forever to lock. And it's going to probably take, I don't know, it may do something different this time. Who knows? It took forever to lock. And certainly back here. But see, I got one that kind of stayed like the hair on the nape of my neck. And there's a beady bead hanging on the end of that. So that will lock eventually. So the difference between what I did before and what I'm doing now is I did do a little twisting the first time that I did my hair. So this will be interesting to see if I do no twisting and to see how it turns out. But I certainly will break up a lock. Now y'all can believe that. That I don't want two big trunks on my head. No, I just don't. So if once it starts forming whatever patterns, like I always go through my hair sometimes like this just to see like that could potentially be a lock, what hairs are clumped together, so once they start forming, I'm just going to be happy, and whatever comes of it comes of it. I can't wait. I'm excited, but I can wait because that's the other thing that you learn when you grow your locks, that patience is key. Because if you're rushing it, you're going to be waiting a long time. Maybe some people here lock up in 5 minutes, and honey, and grow too. Because it's one thing for it to lock, and it's another thing for you to start getting some length. So I know it took 4 years. So God willing, I'll be able to get some hair in 4 years and have some length. So it's growing because even when I stopped cutting it, it has grown, a lot. You know what I mean? But yeah, so eat well, take care of yourself and that sort of thing, and you'll get some hair. But nevertheless, I will come back. I just wanted to sort of give you guys an update. I thank you all who have stuck around. And I hope you stick around for this round too. Because I'm going to get me some locks. And I'm definitely going to keep my locks this time. The experience of freeform locks, is like, I can't even really put my finger on it, but it feels so good. It feels so natural. It feels so right for me. It may not be right for others, but it really, really is like a part of my whole psyche or being, because I always been somebody who loved their natural hair. Like even as a child, I loved my hair. Even though you figure we live in a culture, even still today in 2019, we still don't, you see people walking around with natural hairstyles, and praise God for that. But, it's been a long time, where we're still in the process of trying to embrace it, because I still see people walking around saying who has good hair. Like I still hear that today. And so that can be a little bit disarming, or disconcerting. I don't know what the word is. I can't think of it. It's just painful. So I hope you all tune back in. If I think of anything I need to say in regard to my hair, I certainly will come back in and let you guys know. Like, I'm sure I left out some stuff. Okay, because like I said, I don't wash my hair a lot. I'll only wash it if I think I need to wash it. Like if it starts itching terribly, or, you know, God knows if it was the smell, I would wash it. But it doesn't, like, I don't reach back and be like, oh my God, what is that smell? I don't get that. So, and then like I said, I don't put any oil, foams and jelly. I just don't put anything in my hair. I just don't. Wintertime comes, I'll see what I decide to do then, because of course my hair will get a little drier. But anyway, so I hope to tune back in soon with something a little more fascinating. Thank you all for sticking with me. Hope you stick around for this journey too. Blessings to all of you.